Live on YouTube.
Thank you for checking, Ryan.
All right, we're good to go.
Yep. Okay, we're gonna be switching over.
Curious. I'm gonna grab my phone so I can see it.
Let me see. We're already getting comments, so we'll go ahead and get started. Let me go ahead and make sure we got some audio. Okay. So happy Saturday, you guys. This is Rangers Live Chat. Happy Saturday morning. Happy Saturday afternoon. Happy Saturday evening if you are from the other side of the world. You guys know this is Rangers Live Chat. You guys have me, Krishna, as well as Ryan. Ryan, who's rocking the Power Ranger movie hat, as well as Lewis, who's behind the scenes. So, Lewis, if you could show your face, say hello.
Yeah.
Since he is doing there he is. So he's still alive. And as well as our special guest we have today, Sabrina Lou, who played Scorpina. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm so excited to be here to get to chat with you guys. And yeah, just excited to see. I guess there's some questions, but are you going to read the questions or?
Yeah, we have our questions here that we have for you, as well as some questions from Facebook as well as YouTube. So viewers, if you have any questions for Sabrina, please go ahead and put them in the comment section, and we'll go ahead and read them at the end of the show. Sabrina, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, let's see. Starting, I guess, I grew up in Southern California and pretty much came back there. I only spent a little while on the East Coast. I did summer theater the summer after college, and then just sort of, I don't know, just born and raised Southern California girl. So got lucky enough to get to play Scorpina, somebody to be able to interact with the Rangers, so they couldn't just use Japanese footage. So that was kind of fun, and got to go in and really just work with everybody for about, gosh, it was probably just a week or two, and just met some great people and got to have a lot of fun, and then didn't think about it too much for a few years. And then with the Power Morphicons, when they came up, ran into Steve, who was the Red Ranger the second season and beyond, some other stuff. But and he said, you know, you should do the Power Morphicons. So I said, okay. So he was the one that actually connected me with everybody to do that, and that sort of started, you know, interviews and things like that. So it's kind of fun. But now my big focus is I have 4 kids, and we run a kids gym, a sensory friendly gym for kids of all ages and all abilities, and that's all in Southern California too. So that's what I do with most of my time when I'm not doing Power Ranger interviews.
I think Ryan has the next question.
How did you get started with acting?
I got started, I guess I actually was dancing first, and then discovered, how am I going to put those two things together? So then musical theater kind of came along, and that's what I did right after college. But I didn't do any sort of like TV or film or anything till I got back from that. And then it seemed like everybody that was doing theater, especially if you're in Southern California, tended to go and start doing auditions for TV and film. So I went out and did the whole submit your headshot and resume to agents and do interviews and get an agent, and then keep looking at the trades for open calls and stuff like that. So I did the whole the whole struggling actor thing, you know, for a few years there. And that was a lot of fun. Doing theater, still working, all that other stuff. So that was right after college.
Oh, wow. We know that you were on Goldar's Vice Versa. How did you get the role of Scorpina? How did that all happen?
Well, pretty much like any role, they send you the sides. And it struck me as, you know, kind of fun that the character's name was a student was Sabrina, which was my name. So I secretly always sort of felt that maybe when they were going through all the headshots or something, now probably this is completely all in my head and they'd already come up with the name. But then when they were looking through the headshots and they saw Sabrina Lou, I thought, oh, well, that's a good name for Scorpina when she's a student, you know, because it rhymes with Scorpina. And then, so I went in, I read for it. There were a pretty good number of us reading for parts, especially for that, probably that whole episode. And then they narrowed it down to a couple of us and had us come back for the callback. And so that's usually when you do the scene again, maybe another scene, that sort of thing. And then in our situation, because at that time they were using the original costumes from the original series, a lot of them. So you basically had to fit the suit. So anybody that ever watched any of the old Brady Bunch shows, I basically got it because I fit the suit, I think, and you know, probably read well enough, had a decent evil laugh. I think you have to have a pretty decent evil laugh to make it in the villain biz. So that sort of thing. But that's pretty much the whole story. And the first question I asked when they said, do you guys have any questions to the two of us? And I said, well, is there going to be an action figure? Because that's what I really thought would be so fun. So it's fun now that all this time later they have some stuff coming out for her, which is thanks probably to the, first of all, the longevity of the series itself, the whole Power Rangers, you know, become all through the different permutations of it. And then, of course, the movie, that probably helps boost the popularity and everything. And the cons, of course, cons are huge, and that helps bring it back to everybody's, oh, and Netflix. And the fact that people can actually watch those early seasons where before you had to, like, I mean, I still have the VHS of my episodes, so.
Wow.
Awesome.
Not that I have anything to play it on, but I do have the physical VHS.
Just for keepsake, correct?
Yeah.
Chris.
Ryan, you're up with the next question.
Oh, okay. So how did you get the role of Scorpina?
We just asked that, Ryan. What was your favorite moment?
What was your favorite? Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Yes. Sorry about that.
That's okay. You just want to hear it all again. It's okay. What was it? What was your moment?
What was your favorite moment in Power Rangers, or your role as Scorpina?
Wow. I would say a couple of things. I really enjoyed just getting to do the little cut. They told me I would have to do that, and I didn't know for sure. They actually, Steve helped me work on all of that, because even though I had kung fu training, I had done more dance and stuff than actual martial arts, especially at that time. To have someone help, but if you go back and watch it, it's a little dancey. I'll have to say there's a fan kick, and I don't know if that would as much be good in a battle situation as it is in a show situation. And then I really enjoyed getting to work with the stunt crew, just getting to meet all of them and everything, and of course getting to work with the Rangers that were on that season. And it's neat because, just getting to see them all now at cons is always super fun. And to think how many, what's it, almost 25 years since we all did that. So that particular episode. Another probably favorite moment is, speaking of the kata, especially in karate, you make a lot of vocalizations when you do those katas. And I wasn't thinking about that, and they didn't really mention that to me, but when we started to go in to do the voiceover, they said, oh, you know, this is the part where we need to add all the yeah, you know, all the sounds, all your karate sounds. And I said, but my mouth isn't even open. How am I going to add, you know, these sounds without it looking completely, you know, ridiculous? And they said, oh, okay, well, why don't you just, when you're facing the camera, just do sounds you can do with your mouth closed, and then when you're facing away from the camera, then you can do like open mouth sounds. I'm like, oh, okay. If you ever go back, and I don't know why you're gonna like carefully section, but when I'm facing the camera, all you hear is like, like sounds you could possibly make with your mouth closed, and then when I turn away, then I'm like, yeah, you know, like these big different open mouth sounds. So that was kind of fun too, because I didn't find out till after the fact that I was gonna have to add all these sounds in, and I didn't think to, you know, actually when you punch or kick or something that you normally do these vocalizations. So
how was it working with Johnny as well as Karen? Because I know rewatching the footage, you were a little mean to Karen Ashley.
I know, I think that was actually a really fun part, because especially since she's so sweet, and just, you know, even to this day, and and Johnny's just, they're all really nice and everything. And so, and I hardly ever try to deceive and trick Johnny into things. And I hardly ever try to like throw bags at Karen Ashley and stuff. So in real life, it's a little different, but it was super fun. It's always fun getting to slightly evil parts, because things that you might not do in your own daily life and stuff like that. But yeah, they're both great. Everybody on that show. I honestly don't remember having like an unpleasant experience at all. Probably the only thing would be just how it got, you know, could get really hot, because this is out in Castaic when they were filming out there and stuff like that. So the helmet and stuff, you take it off and you can feel the steam. But then I thought, oh gosh, but then there's these people in complete, you know, their faces are covered. And I used to do some character work where I would have be in a full body costume, and that is a lot hotter. I mean, you take that stuff off and from you and everything like that. But it was, yeah, they were all great. It was a really, really fun experience.
As we know it, I think you are from Southern California, correct?
Mm-hmm.
As you know, this next 2 weeks, it's going to be somewhat hot, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
I know. We always have some craziness in the summer, for sure.
Especially,
sometimes all the way into like September, October, it can stay pretty hot.
Definitely it is. It's
I'm in Texas right now, so I will say that I still prefer Southern California heat to Texas heat.
It's a little bit humid out there, isn't it?
Yeah, and then the mosquitoes. That's my main problem with it.
Did you watch any of the Super Sentai footage of your character? I think her name was Lammy for the counterpart in Zoo Ranger.
Oh yeah, you know, what's funny is the footage that I've watched is because awesome fans, like hopefully people watching right now, have sent that to me. So I'm always interested to see, because I think she did an amazing job, obviously, for all those episodes. And there's a lot more, you know, because there's one of her like at an amusement park and a little bit more going on. I mean, she and Goldar have a baby, so they obviously did a little more with her plot. I think it's a little bit tougher since we were supposed to be high school students, so it's harder to work those trickier plot lines in. So that might be part of why Scorpina just sort of like just fades off in those moments, because harder to follow that. I think the Power Rangers in that were not high school students.
It was more of a little bit of adult theme. Adult theme.
Did you like your costume?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, who doesn't like bright yellow spandex and armor? So, but yeah, no, I liked it. I liked that she has a big claw. I like that she has her, you know, her own signature weapon. It would have been cool if the tail coming out of the helmet, if it could have like gone and stung people. I mean, we'd probably have to CGI that all in, but maybe, you know, if there's anybody ever writes a spin-off, then her helmet can cause some damage too.
Definitely. We know you were at PMC last year. How was it wearing the costume again?
Oh, well, that one was actually made, so that one's not the original. From what I hear, because I actually asked even a friend of mine from college who works at Saban that those original costumes are pretty much deteriorated or just got, unfortunately, because who knows what it would have looked like. I mean, it has been a long time. But it's fun. It's always fun to be in costume. I think the next time will be at Ranger Stop in November, and then probably get Power Morphicon for next year for 2018, since it's especially since it's the 25th anniversary. So
yes, and of course we will be there.
Yay!
I think Ryan has the next question.
Do you prefer good or evil?
Oh, that's tough. I would have to say, when doing TV shows, I think it's a little more fun to play evil. When doing real life, I say I tend toward the good. But I think it's a lot of fun to play the evil characters. I don't know. Personally, I think a lot of the villains had really cool outfits too. I mean, not that the Ranger, don't get me wrong, the Ranger outfits were fun, but I feel like some of the villains were pretty good costumes, and then just completely random stuff, like the clown, so that was pretty funny. But yeah, they've got some. I guess I would have to say, if I was going to go back in time, I would still be a villain.
Knowing that you were back on Power Rangers for vice versa, how do you think about, or what do you think of the Power Ranger fandom? How much it has grown, and did you expect it to have this huge amount of fandom?
Oh, no. At the time, it had just started. Those shows only make it like a few years, going on and on and on. And it was, just this side of like a action, obviously, show, but it wasn't something that I necessarily thought would have the legs that it did. I have to say that some of the fans are just like amazing. First of all, I think I've learned much more about my own character and the whole, existence, her whole universe, and everybody in it from the fans and what they share with me, at the cons, or when they share something on Facebook or something like that. So I think the fans are amazing, personally, and anybody that with such dedication to something, which to me is pretty positive. That's all good.
What does your kids think of you being a villain?
Oh wait, I missed that. Say it again.
What does your children think of you being a villain? Like,
well, they were, not born in the beginning. So now I think they think it's kind of fun to go to these things. The funny thing is, the first con, and then when they were little, I was like, oh, there's too much violence. And back to that time, compared to what everybody watches now and stuff, and especially because they're older now, so they watch everything. So it's kind of funny that I shielded them in some way from this, violence. I didn't want them to see like mommy fighting out in the park with the people that were supposed to be the good guys. I don't know who I was trying to fool here, but anyway, they didn't watch much of it. Although my boys both like had Power Ranger pajamas and stuff like that, so it was certainly present out there. But now, as kids that enjoy being at the cons and stuff like that, they liked it because they get to see their favorite like YouTubers or people from shows they're into. But the first Power Morphicon, my second youngest son came with me, and I gave him, I said, okay, you can go get a few souvenirs or something. And everybody was expecting him to come back with Power Rangers stuff because we are at Power Morphicon, but he came back with a Star Wars thing, Pokemon thing, you know, all of that kind of stuff. So they were, especially at that time, and to this day, I don't think any of them were ever really into Power Rangers, but that was, they're that age that, you know, Mighty Morphin was way before their time.
Sounds a little bit like Ryan. He goes to the cons and goes into different directions and buys a lot of random stuff. Isn't that right, Ryan?
Yeah.
Let's see. Can you talk about what is your schedule going to be like for conventions? So,
well, as of right now, just because I have a lot of other stuff going on. Oh my gosh, my daughter's calling. Oops. Okay. I'll text her. As of right now, I'm just doing Power Rangers oriented ones because I just feel like I see a more concentrated fandom there, and I want to, you know, save that time because most of my time is dedicated to my family. So it's I pretty much have done the Power Morphicons. I did one Kamikaze because it was in LA. That was fun. And then I'll be doing. So as of right now, I mean, it might change at a certain point, especially as the kids get bigger and things like that. But right now, it's just kind of nice to do the ones where, you know, like the people are going to be focused on Power Rangers, because I just think, you know, that's the hardcore crew that I want to meet. So.
And you know that you're good friends with Carla Perez, aka Rita, correct?
Yeah, well, we just met at this recent Power Morphicon. We'd never met before then because, well, I don't think we were in any. She wasn't in that episode because they were still using the Japanese footage of the original Rita back then. So, and then she went on and did more, but it was great. I mean, first of all, she's awesome. She's so sweet. And then I can't even remember. I know it was one of the fans who had the idea of us doing like a photo op together.
Oh,
and so
wow.
we literally just threw it together like the next day, and she did like a graphic, and then we posted it around here and there, and it was like the best hour or so. We were just people lined up. Johnny ran over, got a picture with us and stuff like that.
Oh,
Yeah, so that was a lot of fun.
Speaking of Carla, I actually interviewed last week. She says hi.
Oh, yay!
Tells her like, see you at Ranger Stop.
We're gonna definitely do photo ops there and stuff too. Because first of all, it's fun because you just get like, it's hard to get two female villains that are like relevant together, right? So since we were actually like the characters are actually with each other, so that's really rare. And then just for her to be such a fun person to hang around with, it just makes those photo ops go fun to meet everybody, all that kind of stuff. So.
Speaking of I like the fans. Some of the fans don't know that you actually are part of a Type 1 diabetes awareness program. Want to talk about that?
Oh yeah, well, my preschool best friend, her son has Type 1 diabetes, so she started an awareness program called Project Blue November. So in November, they have these little blue rings, and she's just asking people to wear them, take pictures, and raise awareness about it, because a lot of people know a lot more about Type 2 diabetes. So the one where you can, it is possible to, diet and lifestyle and all that kind of thing can play in there, but Type 1, that's a whole different ball game. That's to what say I'm not an expert by any stretch, but you're born with it, and you need the insulin because your body isn't producing it, and there's not much you can do about it besides actually get it. So when they're trying to say that they're gonna make any kind of thing difficult for people to get medication, people find themselves in these situations where they're battling the insurance companies and doing all that kind of stuff, and it's sort of like, this is what they need. Their body is not producing this, so it just doesn't. it was, I was happy to help her out, not only because she's a good friend, but because it's true. I was suddenly like really educated on the difference. Because if someone just said to me, what's the difference between type 1 and type 2 diabetes, I would have been like, you know, and I think that is something that needed awareness. Hopefully that's happening. And her son's, you know, he's doing great, super successful, all of her kids.
That's good to hear. What are you doing now? We know that you are currently in Texas, and viewers, if you guys can see, there is a delay or there might be a pause. I think you are staying in a hotel room at the moment, correct?
Yeah, so I'm on hotel Wi-Fi because I don't really have all these like nice framed pictures on my wall. But yeah, so I'm in Texas. I'm actually in Austin, Texas, and I'm going to be going into a training for RPM, which is the method that we've used to educate and work with spelling and stuff to communicate, help with education and communication for my 10-year-old son. He's has autism and is non-speaking. He is starting to be able to say individual letters, which all of that's just kind of coming in the last year or so. And so working on, you know, being able to spell those things out. But it's an amazing educational method. It's allowed us to get him caught up in school curriculum. We homeschool him. So we actually did last week was a camp with him, and his amazing stepmom was here too. So the three of us did that whole camp, and to visit with Daddy and stay with his stepmom Meredith out there. So they're going to do that and work on stuff with him, and then I'm going to do the training with the woman that developed this method, just to become better for us, for our family, but also if in any way I can help out other families and just build the community. Because one thing that really motivates him as a 10-year-old child is actually the opportunities where we've been able to get together with other people that communicate the way he does, that spell, and get to socialize that way. And also it's an amazing way to learn new things. And I feel like I learned so much. I mean, like, I can't even imagine. It's hard to even put into words, but it's life-changing. I mean, you realize the whole world is out there, and everybody just has different ways of learning. And so the more we can all just look for those ways that work for us, this is the method that worked for our family. And as we're just reaching out and people are exploring, and I just say never give up. Keep looking for that method, because I think that inside of everybody, there's going to be a better way. I mean, we all know there are those teachers that really affected us, and we were able to learn from. And then there's those teachers that everything just kind of went, phew, you know. And it's all going to be just getting out there, trying things out, and finding what works.
Yes, and I really love this cause. As a public health major, I really like this. Is really nice here. Yeah. Have you watched the new Power Ranger movie?
No, I knew you were gonna ask.
We've been asking that question to every single person just to make sure they have watched it or not.
Yeah, you know what? And I always try to call. I think of him as my #1 fan. He probably likes a lot of the other Power Rangers just as well, but I think of him as my #1 fan. And his name's Kent Brown. And he was asking me. He's like, don't forget, you know, tell me what you think and all that stuff. And I just have not been able to get it. I'll be honest, I've not seen any other movie either. So it's not that I am just avoiding the Power Rangers movie. I literally don't get to go to movies as much as I would like to, because we have stuff all day long between therapies and different things like that. And then we have classes in the evenings, and then pretty much home, dinner, and then, you know, go to sleep. So unfortunately, I have not only not seen the Power Ranger movie, but for somebody who was in the entertainment industry to not seen any movie, you know, like, I would love to see the Power Ranger movie, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Wonder Woman. So those are the three that I really want to see this summer. That's my goal. I'm not sure how I see the Power Rangers movie now, but hopefully it's either if it's not at the Dollar Theater, then I'll have to get it when it's on when it's streaming.
Definitely watch Guardians of the Galaxy. Sorry, you guys. It's pretty good. So now,
Yeah, one of my daughters saw Guardians of the Galaxy, and she could not stop talking about it. Could not stop talking about it. Please stop talking.
The only thing that we can say about the newest Guardians of the Galaxy is, I am Groot.
Music was amazing.
Oh yeah,
Ryan
is always so good.
Ryan has his fun questions now. On to Ryan.
Okay.
Yeah, so these are my fun questions. So we're gonna be streaking away from Power Rangers a bit. So these are I'm gonna ask you some of your favorite things.
Okay.
So what's your favorite food to eat? Like you will not stop eating.
Oh, I would have to say sushi is probably my favorite food. Yeah, we probably are, even though we aren't Japanese by any heritage or blood or anything, I'd say that's our family's favorite food, in general. So that would be my favorite food.
Favorite TV show?
Ooh, favorite TV show. You know, I know it's probably tons of people's favorite TV shows, but probably my favorite of all time has got to be Friends, just because. I mean, and I was watching it back when you had to actually tune in on Thursdays. You know, you had to actually watch when it was scheduled. And now now everybody gets to watch it whenever they want to. But the problem is then you binge watch and you're up forever. But I'd say of current TV, well, I like The Big Bang Theory.
Yes.
Oh, you know what? Okay, here we go. My favorite of current TV has got to be Modern Family.
Oh.
It just, I just think the comedy, the timing, the chemistry of the actors, everything on that is so well done. And Sherlock, if that counts, because that's, you know, from not really, that's all streamed as far as, I mean, here. But no, that's brilliant.
Who's your favorite superhero?
My favorite superhero, I have to admit, I was a gigantic Smallville fan.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So Smallville was probably at the time Smallville was on, that was my favorite show. And so I'm still very partial to Superman as far as a superhero goes. But, you know, from what I hear, once you see Wonder Woman, I don't know, that might just kind of jump up there. I've heard some really amazing stuff about that movie. But then I'm also kind of a purist in that way. Like, I still love, you know, all of the different incarnations of Superman, but nothing past Smallville really does it for me as far as he's the one that that's who I visualize.
Aw. You should watch, if you were a Smallville fan, is to watch Arrow. It might be a slight difference. I know Ryan's laughing at me, but from the character development of that character from Smallville to Arrow is a somewhat 360, but it's somewhat to expect.
Well, you know what? I've only seen pieces of Arrow because my husband and I are also big Flash fans. So when they cross over, you know, that's when I've seen Arrow. So yeah. Although I do not like the way this last season ended.
For Flash?
Yes. I take great issue with that ending. That just, to me, it's like, we need a speedster. Well, take him. You know, why are you going? That just didn't make sense to me. Maybe I wasn't paying attention, but I'm like, just take that one again, who was just there. Why does Barry go? It doesn't make sense to me.
Spoiler.
If some people not seen that,
it's
why
okay.
are you caught up on Flash? No, I'm kidding.
I've been hearing that a lot lately. I still have to catch up, but it's perfectly fine.
Oh, sorry. It's just wrong, though. You'll see. It's just completely wrong.
Who's your favorite movie actor?
Favorite movie actor?
Mm-hmm.
Favorite movie actor? Oh my goodness. I haven't seen movies in so long, but I would have to say, well, I am a little bit partial, I'll be honest, to Chris Evans in the original Captain America. I thought he did an amazing job, not just looking good, but also all the other things he did. Yeah, I thought the CGI to make him look like a little twerp and all that kind of thing, but yet still had that amazing deep voice. I mean, that should have been the dead giveaway, that there was a big strong superhero in there. And so him, I really like Bradley Cooper, but probably a little biased there because I think my husband looks like the Sri Lankan Bradley Cooper. So especially when one's hair is a little longer. Anyway, so who else? I think those are probably right now. I'm sure I'm going to think of somebody afterward. I'm going to have that, in the car moment. Why didn't I say this? Okay.
Do you have a favorite movie actress?
Actress. Well, what's funny? All that's coming to mind, even though I think of Tina Fey. I think she's just, funny. She's, she's probably done more TV than film, really. But there's just a couple good, great moments and things that she's had in films. All of these people are like SNL actresses. I think I lean toward the comedians for the women. They're just like. Did you guys see the Ghostbusters?
Yes. Oh, well, yeah. Old one or new one?
The new one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that was really funny. The way that I thought all of them did a great job for sure. I saw that one just on the regular TV. I didn't actually go to the movie theater for that.
Do you have a favorite singer?
Favorite singer? I have to say my favorite singer is probably Christina Aguilera. Just because just the way her control, for being a relatively tiny person, she has a huge voice and can do a lot of variation with it. And I sing a little bit, so for female voices, I really respect people that can do a lot, especially with like the deeper tones and keep all of that, like keep the emotion and the I would also have to say Adele is really amazing and is very honest in her music as well. Bruno Mars because he's such a, was this male or female? But anyway, because have you seen Bruno Mars in the Carpool Karaoke?
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite carpool karaoke is Bruno Mars, just hilarious. Just all that rhythm and his whole story. I mean, it's great.
Your favorite movie?
Favorite movie?
Or movie franchise you're a fan of?
Movie. I like all of the. Oh my goodness! Think faster. This. I would say I really like. Well, just dating myself, but I really liked all the Indiana Jones movies.
Sweet.
I liked all of those movies. Okay, so there was this one, the summer that Inception and Avatar came out?
Oh, which Avatar? The Airbender or
the first one?
Or
the first one.
The blue people?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Avatar means so much now. So I will have to say Inception is one of my favorite movies of all time. And the thing is that as big and amazing as Avatar was, I saw it right after I saw Inception, and I was like, because Inception had so much more going on, like mind-wise, and maybe I was tired too, but I remember thinking Avatar wasn't all that, and even though it has some really good things going on in it, but I really liked Inception. I guess I just kind of like those kinds of movies. That's why I like Sherlock. I mean, you like those movies that make you think and like observe and go delve deeper into things.
Now, my last question is, who is your favorite Disney princess?
My favorite Disney princess, I would have to say, well, I'm a little partial to Mulan, and because also my kid's godmother is a singing voice, so.
Lea Salonga?
Mm-hmm.
You know Lea Salonga?
Yes, she's so I'm partial to that because
Oh, God.
So every time we hear, or I mean, and obviously it's the same for Jasmine and from Aladdin, but I think
Yeah.
for a sheer character, I mean, I like Mulan a lot.
Awesome. I love Leia Salonga as well. So that's time for our viewers' questions now.
Yes. So on from YouTube, we have Kent Brown, of course, saying hello. Kent Brown has a question for you. Hey Sabrina, where do you think Scorpina went after she disappeared?
Yeah.
Well, I personally would like to think that she's just hiding out somewhere on Earth, and then she will be coming back as like a soccer mom or something. And then, you know, when the opposite team does something or the ref does a bad call, then she'll have to go full morph into the Scorpina creature and take care of business. But she's kind of laying low right now because, you know, she doesn't want to get turned into space dust. You know, that would be
Somewhere hiding.
Yeah, in hiding, ready to come out.
So we have Daniel saying hello, as well as Paul Bean, Deca Master fan saying hello, and then Kent Brown says, "Oh, thanks, Sabrina." And then our friend Reckless Fox is saying, "Smallville was a show back in the day, best version of Superman." I think Ryan has the Facebook comment system.
Yes, I got it right here. Belinda Powell says, "Hello, Sabrina. If you weren't a villain in this series, who would you be and why?" She's from West London.
That's a good question. Well, at that time, well, maybe we would have had to bump one of the male rangers or something, or added another color, maybe like the like sparkly multicolor ranger. I don't know which color I would be. At that time, I don't think there was, there probably wasn't purple. There wasn't orange. Ooh, I could be orange. I could be the orange ranger. That would be pretty fun. And then I could, you know, morph into a giant sort of like orange creature or something. And then join the Zord.
Brian C. Green says Power Rangers movie is out on DVD now, digital DVD
Oh,
now.
cool.
Also available on DVD on June 27. Trent Peterson says hi, and he also says let's go Power Rangers. Louis M. Sullivan Jr. says, "Can't wait to see you at Ranger Stop. I might be a putty there."
Oh, nice.
Nicholas Boakes says, "I want to see Sabrina. Oh, I want to see you come back to the Power Ranger series." So.
Okay, me too. We'll work on that.
Michael Lynn Dimbaum, one of our friends, says hi from Awesome Con.
Oh, hi.
Ben Finch says, "Hi Sabrina, lovely to see you there." And then Nicholas says again, "Miss Lou, do you have a favorite Power Ranger song?"
Favorite Power Ranger song?
Yeah.
Well, you know, I'll be honest. The only one that I know well, because I had it as my ringtone, and is you know, is the theme song. Go go Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Is this still your theme song? Or ringtone?
Yeah. Well, I don't. Is it on mine right now? I had to change phones, so I need to bring it back onto this one. So I'm gonna show you how to do that.
Brian C. Green says, "Hi Sabrina." And then Paulo Lorca says hello. Kevin Steakley says, "Hi Sabrina, nice to have you here." Nicholas says, "Hey guys and girls, it's morphin time." And Laurel Harris says, "Hi there."
Oh, cool.
Also, Reckless Fox says, "Even Crystal Skull." Remember you said Indiana Jones, so do you like Crystal Skull? The fourth Indiana Jones movie.
Oh, yeah. No, all of them. All of them are really good. But I like the whole concept of the skulls and everything. That was the one with the Amazon rainforest with the waterfall and everything. Yeah, no, I like them all. I thought they were really well done. And obviously, like, Harrison Ford's just like a timeless actor. It's just ridiculous. So.
Oh, so you like Harrison Ford?
Oh, yeah. I'll add him on the list. Right there.
So you're a Star Wars fan, eh?
Oh yeah, of course. I can't think of anyone that. I mean, I actually stood in line for the original Star Wars when I was like 8 years old or something.
Oh, wow.
Well, this is a spoiler alert to some fans. Well, it's been 2 years. How did you feel getting killed in the new recent Star Wars film?
I don't think I'd like that very much.
I think no one will like that, Ryan.
I like literally started crying. Just like no.
Yeah, no, that's hard.
Reckless Fox. One more question is, what projects are you currently working on?
Well, currently I just work as far as like Power Rangers stuff. I'm going to Ranger Stop, and then I'll be at Power Morphicon, and then projects as far as what my life is, doing dedicated to my kids, and we like I said at the beginning, we run a kids gym for all kids. The whole idea is all ages, all abilities, playing together, taking classes together. We do breakdancing classes, we do music classes, all sorts of fun stuff. During the school year, we do homeschool classes because I homeschool my youngest son. And so just everybody being able to be together and learn and grow and that sort of thing. So that's really probably what takes up the majority of my time is the family and the kids gym. It's called We Rock the Spectrum, Whittier.
Oh, in Whittier? We're so close.
Oh, really?
Both of me and Ryan, we're both from Southern California, so
Yeah,
our other
from LA.
side is the East Coast. So I'm in the IE Riverside area.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm from LA.
Oh, cool.
Again, Sabrina, we thank you so much for joining us here on Rangers Live Chat. Do you have any last words for any of your viewers, any of your fans, any people that come and see you at the cons?
Oh gosh, just keep it all up, and I love to see when people do artwork or write fan fiction or any of that stuff. If you can make it to a con, bring what you can to show me. I love to see, like Kent, when you update your book and stuff like that. I also, if you can't make it to a con, feel free to post something and tag me if you can, or something like that. And as soon as I get a chance, I always try to respond to everything. I can't always do it immediately, so so always remember that. But yeah, it's great. It's amazing that that everybody is still out there watching the new Power Rangers and the old Power Rangers and all that kind of stuff. So it's fun. It's good. It's good triumphing over evil, even when evil's pretty cool. It's still better that in the end they went out. We don't actually trap them and go away with them and stuff like that. So.
Awesome.
So again, you guys, of course, you guys have me, Krishna, who's joining us here with Ryan on a hot summer day in California. Ryan, who is working hard on Rangers Live Chat, and Lewis, who had to run an errand. So making sure he gets that done. And then, of course, Sabrina, we thank you so much, and we would like to end the show. We just wave to end the live broadcast. So you guys enjoy the rest of your guys' Saturday, and we'll see you guys later on Rangers Live Chat. So bye, guys.
Bye.